Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name's Amy, this is Happily Scented Life, and I'm back with my favorite video to do of the entire month when it comes to Scentsy content, the September end of month live. I am dubbing it the Hot Mess Express. Yeah, so it was an hour and a half long, you guys, an hour and a half long. I've got lots of notes here, so we'll get right into it. If you are newer to my channel, newer to Scentsy content, Scentsy does an end of month live where they kind of like recap like the highlights for the month, and then they do product showcase for upcoming collections for like the following month. So that way we as consultants can like kind of get like a sneak peek of what's to come and be able to prep our customers and all of that stuff. October is going to be a very, 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 very hot and heavy licensed drop month, and I'll definitely get into that. So just some of the things I wanted to highlight that kind of made me chuckle a little bit throughout the live. At one point, Orville and I don't know why it popped into my head, but Orville kind of gives me Cody Brown from Sister Wives vibe. I don't know why, but it just like popped in my head, so I just had to share that in case anybody else was getting that ick vibe. At one point they were talking about some consultant. I didn't catch it all because I was like multitasking, but either a consultant or an employee or someone they knew got a tattoo, a Scentsy tattoo of like the new logo or the pattern of like that monogram. Why would you do that? I mean, get tattoos. I have tattoos. Who cares? But a Scentsy one? Like, how grape is your Kool-Aid? Oh, Lord. Heidi's glasses, don't get me wrong, she must have, like, a closet of different glasses to wear with, like, every outfit, which is great for her if that's her thing. But the pair that she chose today were too small for her face, and they kind of looked like the plastic Mrs. Potato Head glasses. I'm saying that in the nicest way possible. That made me chuckle. Again, with the technology issues, pretty much the first 15 minutes was them trying to figure out captions and also trying to figure out the volume, because I did notice that there was a lot of people in the comment section that were talking about the volume. You can't hear them. I had my speakers on my computer all the way turned up, had my phone all the way turned up. My mom had her, you could barely hear it. It was like a whisper. And then all of a sudden it was working again. But again, they can't invest in like a $15 clip-on little microphone that all of these TikTok influencers have. Like, you're telling me that you can't have that? Then it was just scatterbrained. They were all over the place. The son, Owen, that does the Whiff Box, he was missing from the meeting because they just neglected to tell him that they switched the location. So like he was missing, and they were like trying to stall until he like drove from Scentsy headquarters to Heidi and Orville's house. It was bad. It was bad. The trolling in the comment section was hilarious. There were several of us, myself included, and several of us that have YouTube channels here, that were spamming the comment section about Bring Back My Bar, which I will get to later on in the video, just because we're sick of not knowing anything and we're sick of not hearing. Even just give us like a droplet of information would be great. So those are kind of like just like the haha moments that I wanted to highlight. Okay, so if you don't know what's happening in the next few hours, the transition to October is hitting. So the holiday collection for Scentsy will be dropping. So all that information is already on the website. You can actually go to collections and then click holiday collection. You can actually preview it on my website, which is wicklesscandles.scentsy.us, or your consultant's website. You can preview the whole collection. The only thing that's been delayed is the gingerbread Minnie Mouse Buddy and the bar. That's not coming out, they said, until the 6th, I believe. They were all over the place with like the timeline for October. it was hard keeping track of the dates, so don't hold me to it, to these exact dates, because they were even tripping up on their own words. And first, Heidi and Orville and Dan were saying October 1st was the holiday drop, and then Heidi kept saying October 6th. So then everybody in the comment section were confused, and they were like commenting like, is it the 1st or is it the 6th? Is it the 1st or the 6th? And then it got everybody confused, and no one knew what the heck was going on at that point. So holiday collection is dropping. Also, there will be a new clearance. So definitely, if you want to try to see what other retired favorite bars will be in the clearance section, definitely get on as soon as you can. It will be 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 a.m. if you're on the East Coast like myself. If you're not, then just figure out the time frame for your own time zone. But clearance should be updated. There will also be new curated bundles. Scentsy does those, where they just take catalog products and put them into ready-made bundles that you can purchase. The only cool thing about that is if you had a customer that was like, indecisive, then you could, offer that up to them. But what I like to do is take a look at them, so that way I can see what the bundles are, because I've noticed if you choose one of those curated bundles as like a party reward, it does allow you to do that. So it's just an extra way to kind of utilize those savings if you were going to close out on a party. So those are something to always check out at the first of the month. And also Scentsy subscriber club exclusive section, there should be new things added to that. It's a exclusive section on the website. If you're logged in and have a Scentsy club, then you have this section of products to choose from. They're usually all retired. Unfortunately, they are all at full price. There is no discount, and you can't add them to a club order. So that's the only downside to the Scentsy club exclusives. I wish they were a discount, and I wish you could add them to club. It makes sense since they're calling it Scentsy club exclusive products, but whatever. So those are some of the new things that will be dropping on October 1st. Also on October 1st, the scent and warmer of the month for October will be available to the public. So that is the Golden Gourd pumpkin warmer. That is like the mosaic. It's got golds and yellows and blacks. It's a very pretty bougie pumpkin. I really want it, but I don't want to pay full price for it. I believe it's going to be $60 at retail, but in October it is 10% off, so that will drop down to $54. And then the scent is called Half S'more Pumpkin, and that one is going to be available in wax bar, room spray, scent circle, and pod pack, and that will also be 10% off. I have not had a chance to smell it yet. I have not purchased it yet. I did not get the scent of the month kit, and I did not get the Whiff Box for September, so I didn't get early access to that fragrance. So I'm waiting until I do my next order, and I will be getting that to share with you guys. I've heard mixed reviews on it. I'm hopeful that I'll like it, but I feel like if you're gonna name something Half S'more Pumpkin, I want a fragrance that's got pumpkin spice, has marshmallow, has graham cracker, has chocolate, has a campfire note. Like I'm thinking like, campfire mallow with pumpkin spice and, graham crackers and all of that stuff. So I'm kind of hoping that it has that vibe. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. The scent description really doesn't say anything about graham crackers or chocolate or campfire. So, we'll see when I get it, but that is launching in a few hours on October 1st. Okay. The October Whiff Box. So every month there is a new Whiff Box. Whiff Box is different from Scentsy Club. So Whiff Box is just this curated box that Scentsy does of exclusive products, catalog products. Sometimes it's limited time offers, and it's always $35, but there's always either $35 or more in value when you total all the retail price on the products. So this month for October, there are 3 exclusive items. So you are going to get this exclusive mini snowman warmer, and it's basically a white snowman that has a little bit of a speckle, like finish to the paint on the ceramic. It's got a red scarf and a black metal tin cap, which they dropped so many times when they were showing the product. I was like, thank goodness that hat was metal and not ceramic. But it is an enclosed mini warmer, so I'm not sure how throw and performance is going to be on it, but it is exclusive. You can only get it in the Whiff Box. Another exclusive product is, it's not an exclusive product, like you can't get it elsewhere because it is large cotton cleanups and you can buy those in our catalog, but it's going to be exclusive in the size that it's going to be offered in. There's going to be a bag of just 5 of them. And they said it's something that they're testing out. So I don't know if it's just like a mini size that you can offer. I'm wondering what the price point is going to be on this bad boy. For 5 cotton cleanups, if that for 5, because right now 25 is 10 for large, and then the small ones, what are they, like 6 or 5, something like that? Still 25 count. If a 5 count counter cleanups are not $1, then what's the point? What would be the point of buying a 5-pack? Like, I would just get the 25-pack and rip 5 out and just give them to a customer. Make it make sense. I don't know. So that's the other exclusive product. Then you're going to get a room spray and Wrapped in Light, which is the catalog fragrance. And then 2 wax bars. One of the wax bars is Snowberry. That is in our catalog. It's got like cinnamon and loganberry and another berry note that I can never remember, and peppermint. So kind of like, you know, a classy Christmas scent. And then the other one is called Cocoa Cashmere, which is going to lead us into November because Cozy Cashmere is the 3rd exclusive product, as it is the November Scent of the Month fragrance. So you do get early access to that as a customer when purchasing that Whiff Box. So they didn't say what the scent notes were on the Cocoa Cashmere, but there's a lot of cashmere this season, this fall and winter season, like a lot of cashmere, and it's on trend. I get that, but they're really honing in on what these vendor wax companies are using for their popular scent oils. And cashmere seems to be one of the ones that Scentsy's just like going to and throwing in everything. So yeah, so that's the Whiff Box. So leading into that, November Scent and Warmer of the Month. This is an extra spoiler. So for consultants like myself, we get early access to this. So around the 9th of the 10th in Canada, 15th in the US, we can sign up for the Scent and Warmer of the Month kits, where if you just get the Scent of the Month kit, you'll just get the fragrance and the pod pack and stickers. But then if you get the Scent and Warmer of the Month, you get all of that plus the warmer. So does anybody remember last holiday collection, they pulled the warmer due to manufacturing problems, and everyone was mad about it because it was a gorgeous warmer. It was a mercury glass one, and it was a Christmas tree. Well, apparently they fixed whatever manufacturing issues it was. I guess the top, the lid is like the top part of the Christmas tree. So when it was perched like this, the wax was causing, when it was on, it was causing condensation, and all the fragrance was just pooling to the tip of the lid, and that was causing issues like drippage on the inside and a whole bunch of mess, they said. So they said that's why they pulled it, but now they've corrected it because now it's not a closed lid. There is a hole at the top of the tree to release all of that condensation, and they don't have that issue anymore. So that is going to be the warmer of the month for November. And then Cocoa Cashmere is going to be the scent. So interesting to see what the Cocoa Cashmere is going to smell like. Is it going to be more like a bakery, or is it going to be more body care? Not sure. But that won't be available to the public until November, but consultants can get early access in mid-October. Okay. All right, so I already talked about that. I talked about that. Okay, so here's where all of the launches that I said it's going to be a launch palooza for October. If you like licensed stuff, stay tuned. So, like I said, the dates might not be the accurate dates because they were just like rapid fire. There was no photos, so nobody was holding up a phone, showing us a product, video, none of that. They really didn't have much of the new launches. And they were just like quickly like like quickly showing things. So you can tell that it wasn't well thought out, and they really didn't have like an itinerary. Like they were just like off the seat of their pants. Okay. So October 6th. October 6th, they said that we are having the Bring Back My Buddy. We voted for this last year, and it was the Glendon, the goat. It's a white goat, like a white billy goat. That buddy will be back October 6th to purchase from. So that is launching on October 6th, as well as the Disney Villains collection is coming out of the vault. That is all they said. They didn't say what fragrances, they didn't say what past warmers, none of that. So no idea if Just One Bite, Maleficent, Dark and Devious, no idea if any of those, or if we're getting a new bar, nothing. So we're just gonna have to stay tuned to our news stations as consultants, and usually on Thursdays is when they drop the info. I'm assuming where it is an October 6th launch, that on Thursday the 2nd is when we'll see that information in the news station. I have not checked the news station yet to see if anything's on there. I probably should have did that, but whatever. Okay, so that's coming out of the vault. Also on the 6th, apparently, was it the 6th or the 13th? I can't remember, because like I said, again, they were all over with their dates. So anyone correct me in the comment section if I got the dates wrong. There is Gilmore Girls. They got a license with Gilmore Girls. So there is going to be a fragrance and 2 warmers. So one of the warmers, it's a full-size warmer. It's the gazebo in the Stars Hollow town. So that's the big warmer. And then the mini warmer is a blue coffee mug, and it says Luke's Diner on it. So that's going to be a mini warmer. And then the collection itself is going to have 4 fragrances in a collective box. They didn't show us what the box looked like. They just went over the 4 individual fragrances. So the first one is Luke's Diner. They didn't read off the scent notes. At least I didn't hear Dan. I just heard Orville. And Orville kept saying, it's coffee and cinnamon and coconut. When he said coconut, I screamed at my computer screen, no. What WTF are you thinking? And if anybody's been around with Scentsy for a little bit, past 2 years, you know that they did a horrible, horrible job with the Friends coffee scent by adding coconut to that horrendous piece of trash. So why they thought, let's make another coffee scent and ruin Luke's name, like one of the best WB characters ever out of a TV show, ruin his name by adding coconut to another coffee. It wasn't right the first time that you put that together. Why do you think it's going to be right the second time? Who knows? Maybe it will completely wow our socks off. I don't know. But I know full well that most of the Scentsy YouTube population did not care for that Friends bar. So that is one of the fragrances. The other one is called Dragonflies Inn, and they said that one has apple, plum, cozy vanilla, and red oak. Oak, again, is another fragrance, and plum that they're throwing in everything. So plum, oak, cashmere, these are all scent notes that we're seeing in a lot of these limited time fragrances. I Smell Snow is the 3rd fragrance, which is mint vanilla blossoms and soft cashmere, again with the cashmere. And then Star Hollow Harvest Festival is cinnamon, brown sugar, and buttery vanilla. So is this going to be like a twist to Crumb Top and like Churro Churro and those scents that they've done in the past? Who knows? But that one is like the one I'm most interested in smelling. The other ones I could pass on. So that is the Gilmore Girls collection. I know that I have seen a lot of people ask about it. People in the comment section were still asking for the Grinch. Maybe we'll get a Grinch collection in November. Who knows? Who thought that they would get a license for Gilmore Girls? So that is supposedly coming sometime in October. Also, speaking of coffee, the Friends collection is coming out of the vault. Nothing new. The plush couch pillow and then the warmer, which is the Friend's Couch, and then the bar is coming out of the vault. So nothing new got added to the collection. They're just bringing back those other products. Also on October 13th, holiday bricks. So we are getting the tree shape. All 5 fragrances are returning fragrances, nothing new. So Cozy Fireside, Maraschino Sugar Cookie, Toasted Caramel Sugar, Rustic Lodge, and Spiced Grapefruit. So those will all be available in brick form. But if you don't want to commit to a brick size, especially if you never tried the box before, you can put those fragrances in a Scentsy club and do like a one and done club, which is what I'm going to probably do, just because I don't want 5 bricks of something. I've tried all of them but Spiced Grapefruit. It's been a long, long time since I've had Spiced Grapefruit, so I don't even remember what it smells like, but I'm sure I'll like it. So that is dropping October 13th, and that's for US, Canada, and Mexico. Also, on October 20th, Lord of the Rings is coming out of the vault. So that same warmer that we got last year, the bar, and then a new fragrance, which I think they said was Ribbons of Rivendell. I forgot what they said for the notes were because, again, they were like rapid fire, flying off the seat of the pants. So I didn't quite catch that. Then at one point, so that's everything that they've announced for launches. Now they said that there is something else coming out down the line, and Heidi accidentally mentioned something about it. Because first I thought first when she started talking about it, Orville took out the mini gingerbread plush buddy. And she's like, no, not that. The other gingerbread thing that we're doing later this month. And then you can see Dan's eyes go, shut it, Heidi, shut your face. So she dropped that there's going to be something gingerbread related, not the Disney mini buddy and fragrance that's already in the holiday collection. This is something completely different. And Dan's like, yeah, there will be something later on this month that we're not going to talk about. But everyone's going to love it. So there is still another launch, gingerbread related, that will be happening. Is it Sugar Chalet? Who knows? Who knows? I'm hoping that it might be, I don't know, a gingerbread inspiration. Maybe they're going to do a Scentspiration off of gingerbread pecan waffles. I don't know, but stay tuned for that. And then the other thing, which was just the highlight of the whole video. So in the comment section, we were all asking about bring back my bar, bring back my bar, bring back my bar. And right at the last second, Heidi's like, bring back my bar. What can we tell the people? And Dan's like, yeah, so bring back my bar. It's not going away. We're just not ready to say anything yet or announce anything. We're still kind of working out the kinks. There will be a twist, though. Twist. But they said they're testing out the waters before they go and announce it and say that this is going to be the thing. That was the most vaguest BS I've heard in my life. Okay, thank you for telling us that Bring Back My Bar is not going away. But you've had all this time. You knew in June that this was happening because you dropped the announcement in July that we weren't going to vote, that news would be coming after SFR. Then SFR happened and went away, and it's been 60 days and still nothing. Still nothing. So him saying we're still testing the waters makes me think that it is what they're doing in clearance. Because what else do you need to test for Bring Back My Bar? It is a lucrative promotion for you. You make the most dollars off of that, because I bet bottom dollar that 99.999% of consultants buy that early access kit. So you're getting full price dollars on that stuff. And then you're guaranteed future sales because people are putting these fragrances in their club, and then it's future sales as they have because you've got it ingrained in our heads that you can't trust Scentsy because you're just going to cut everything that we like. So we put everything in club. So what else do you have to test? I don't know. So there is still no answer to Bring Back My Bar. Just know that we'll know at some point. Maybe in 2026 they'll drop the info. But it was hilarious on how all of us were just trolling the comment section asking it, and then no one was commenting on it. And it was funny because I was so active in the comment section. There were people saying stuff about the candles still. Like, there were still people irate about the candles. That those comments were getting deleted the minute it would hit the comment section. It would just go right away, which was hilarious. But I'm like, no one's booting any of us out that are like trolling about bringing back my bar. So anyway, that is the recap for Scent of the Month. Not Scent of the Month, sorry, September end of the month live. So I saved you guys from having to watch 90 minutes of Hot Mess Express. So I hope you enjoy the highlights reel. As always, it comes with my snark and snazz and saltiness, because it wouldn't be a video on my channel without that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll talk more in the comment section. What was your, I'm not going to say what was your favorite moment of the end of month live, because that's stupid. Who's going in? Who's actually going to stay up until 3 a.m. to check clearance? Is everybody kind of over it and just wants to boycott it? I am still going to look. I do have to grab the Snoopy holiday warmer for one of my customers, so I'm not going to stay up though. I'll just set a alarm clock for like 2:50 like I normally do, and just get up and pee and get on my laptop and see. I really don't want to buy anything, but I told myself, if bars that I have marked as heartbreak, and I have like a tiered system for heartbreak, like I have a deep red for those that I'm like utterly crushed that I can't warm in my house. And then I have like pink for like, I'm crushed, but I'm okay. You know, like I'll be fine. Like, you know, give me a Lexapro and I'll be okay about it. But yeah, so I have them tiered. So if one of those red ones shows up, I might place an order. I don't know. Because even with the 60 cents off, I mean, it's still like, what, $4.80 a bar? It's still cheaper than Club, but when you add like 20 and 12 and, you know, if you go higher in the quantities, you know, it can get pricey, so. But anyway, so let me know what you guys are grabbing from the holiday collection. What of these licensed collections are you most excited for? I know a lot of people are probably going to be really excited about Gilmore Girls. I'm actually excited for the Villains collection. I have always been a Villains fan, so I am excited to see what's going to be coming in that, just because they didn't really drop much info, and I definitely want to get the October warmer of the month. So yeah, so that's what I'm excited for. So thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Talk to you next time. Bye.